Okay, we're going to be talking about the movie Future World. This is a sequel to Westworld. Um, and we're going to be talking about, I believe that this movie was predicting the future, what will happen, what could possibly happen in the future, with the introduction of robots with artificial intelligence. And obviously, in this movie, it did have artificial intelligence, and I think it was warning people if they ever decide that they want to do a theme park with artificial intelligence robots, we're going to be in some serious trouble. They brought in this movie. They brought in the media. They brought in world leaders and the public, and then they did a game show starring Alan Ludden. Um, and they were part of this was part of the publicity to get general public involved, and they would silence the critics. And this was a sequel to Westworld, and the people that watch, you need to watch Westworld. In order to understand this movie, you actually have to watch the first movie, which is Westworld, the first thing, and this is a sequel to it. But we're going to play a thing here, and it's kind of making fun of the game shows, the way the game shows have these vacation packages. And Alan Ludden, he was a game show host, and it kind of reminds me of another movie. They come out in the 1980s, Running Man, and Richard Dawson from Family Feud was the game show a game show host on the Running Man. But we're going to play the, hopefully we don't have any copyright violations in this, but we're going to play the audio portion of the game show. I want you to listen to this. And this is how they were trying to sell the future world to the public.
You realize you just won $50,000. There you are. Why, that's only the beginning. The really big bundle is that you're going to have a week at the most fabulous resort in the world. You're going to Delos, Ron. Delos! That's right, Delos. There. You may choose Roman World, a lusty treat for the senses, where beautiful robot women are yours to command and robot gladiators die at the point of your sword. Or Medieval World, an exact reconstruction of 13th century Europe, where you may live like an absolute king. Or Spa World, a garden of pleasure, where old age and pain have been eliminated. Or Future World, where you will be transported throughout the solar system, commanding your very own rocket ship, enjoying the favors of robot women of weightless beauty, soaring through space like an astronaut. All that and more is yours, Ron. Congratulations.
Okay, that's it showed the game show connection, so they had to have the game show angle in this movie to sell it to the general public as a luxury vacation package on the game show. And everybody knows that, Wheel of Fortune and Price is Right and other game shows, they offer these vacation packages, to different places across the world. And if they actually set up this type of theme park anywhere in the world, it could be very bad. I believe it would be very bad. I think this movie and Westworld, but especially this movie right here, was warning the public about this, because it would be easy for people that run this type of outfit to eliminate people that they want to get rid of. It would be really easy. And now with the introduction of artificial intelligence and robots, and we're at that point right now. They're already talking about setting up theme parks run by robots. So tell everybody tell the politicians that you are totally against this type of thing, because I think the future world that as we see in this movie is here right now. And we need to stop this development. I believe, there's all kinds of threats in the world, but this is one thing that people don't want to talk about. And the reality is, they marketed this movie as a science fiction movie, but it's not. Terminator, that's another example of a something that's been marketed as a science fiction movie, and they're already making Terminator robots. Terminator, Future World, whatever. It's all part of the same thing, and we need to stay away from this technology, artificial intelligence, robotic technology. They're already messing around with the DNA and manipulation and all this. And they made a movie several years ago where they were looking for volunteers to go on out in space. And they had this one lady that had cancer, evidently was dying. The first person, the first guinea pig person, I call them guinea pigs, what they do is they take your brain out of your head with your brain stem and your spinal cord, and they put it inside a robot body. And your eyes, they don't use your eyes, they use these cameras, and they hook it up to your brain. I don't know what the name of the movie was, but that's something that scientists are working on now. The integration of humans and robotics and artificial intelligence, and they are almost close to being able to have this technology. And that movie, it was real scary, where they could take your spine, and because your spinal column is attached to your brain. So if they could figure out how to take the spinal column in your brain and put it inside a robot body, which I don't know. I don't know if they've got the technology to do that. But because what makes you who you are is your brain. And in the movie, they figured out how these people that volunteered, how they could see, and they actually had a camera. They actually had the camera that was where your eyes are at, where they had it hooked up to the brain, to their actual brain. These were human beings, but the only thing they saved was their brain and spinal column, and that was it. Everything was hooked up to cameras and stuff. And they say once you have this procedure done, it's irreversible. And that's the way it would be like in real life. If they actually did this, it would be irreversible. But who wants to have a robot body if you're a human being? I mean, I can understand someone like Stephen Hawkins, who had ALS. I can understand people like that, but the general public, I don't think people should have. They should have should be messing with this technology of artificial intelligence, robots, being able to take your brain and put it in a robot's body. But they've been talking about it. They've been making movies about it, and you need to warn people about this. All the movies that they've been showing on TV and movies, the movie theater and places, these are actually warning people about what could happen in the future. And the Planet of the Apes was a good example. I'm not going to exactly say what that movie was all about. If you ever want to email me, markdavis1865, I will tell you what that movie was really about. And if people could read between the lines, you would know what that movie is about. And I could tell you different things that would blow your mind. In the video games I play on a daily basis, I'm all the time battling artificial intelligence robots all the time. So myself personally, I don't like the technology. I don't like the robot artificial technologies. One thing to have robots, because I had a robot when I was 4 years old, 4 years old as a kid, because I got a picture of me and the robot, and but I do not like it when they combine the both, artificial intelligence and robots. As I said before, all the time. I'm playing on the video games Delta Force 2, and I'm fighting against AI robots all the time, constantly, and it's a constant fight, constant battle all the time. And I've been playing on it since, I don't know, 2004. But as I said before, you should think about these movies that they've been making, because it's warning us, especially this particular movie. It's actually warning us about what could possibly happen, and you should really think about this.